Okay, just to quickly note one more time, we will be keeping this session limited in terms of questions in the chat. Our speaker has requested that everyone focus here, that she has left plenty of time for live questions at the end of her session. And at that moment, you can either raise your hand to ask a question and unmute your line, or you can post it in the chat if you feel more comfortable that way doing so. And one of our co-hosts will then present the question. And with that said, I'd like to present Cassie Call to take us through the CFC marketing plan. Thank you.
Thank you, and good afternoon. I am Cassie Call, one of the team members of Tribal Tech, serving as the OC for the national marketing work this year. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity and excited to talk through our national marketing plan for 2024. I know there have probably been bits and pieces that have been talked about this week, so hopefully this presentation brings it all together for you. Just one note, as was mentioned, we don't have the chat open yet, but we will have time at the end of this presentation and even later if needed for questions and answers. And we will also be showing an exciting video at the end, which will be premiered at this opportunity. So stick with me to the end and you'll get to see the video that is just hasn't fully been released yet. And this may be true of a lot of speakers, but I have multiple screens going, so I'm sorry if my eyes are a little bit around, but if you can focus on the PowerPoint, that would be awesome. Okay, so as you probably know, OPM has decided to continue the Give Happy theme, which we implemented in 2023, continuing that for 2024. So some of the benefits of that decision include development of some brand recognition and allowing departments and agencies to reuse materials. It also allows the marketing team to build on the theme and implement some changes and new ideas. And that's really what we're going to focus on today, is what that evolution of the Give Happy theme looks like for 2024. As in 2023, we'll continue to focus on two approaches through our marketing materials and messaging, and this is collective giving and collective impact. We'll continue to showcase the camaraderie and the act of collective giving through representation of a diverse group of like-minded federal employees championing the CFC. So the employees that you see are real employees from a photo shoot, most of them really strong advocates of the CFC, probably all of them, all strong advocates of the CFC. So when you see those images, we want federal employees to feel the camaraderie with like-minded federal employees. And then we'll also continue to highlight collective impact and CFC charitable cause areas by featuring photos representing people receiving the benefits of charitable donations. We've taken some steps this year to bring these approaches together a little more than we did in 2023, as you'll see from this presentation. Each year, our team reviews feedback and analyzes campaign results as a part of our internal after-action review process. These findings help shape the marketing plan and strategy for the upcoming year. And you're going to hear about some of these findings throughout this presentation, which have helped to shape the strategy for this year. The first finding is very clear and very good news, that the communication strategy OPM put in place last year really worked. You can clearly see on this chart the corresponding spikes in giving activity around the dates that key messages were released through the CFC's online giving system and to federal retirees. So a key feature of our marketing plan this year is to continue this strategic communication effort. You can see the spikes in the messaging and then the really high spikes on Giving Tuesday, which is always the most generous day of the campaign, followed by the most generous week with final finish strong week. And then at the end, you can see where the campaign ends, goes low for a little while, and then has a few spikes, and that's the processing of non-portal pledges. But throughout that chart, you can see these messages that really did increase pledges on those days when they're sent. In addition to those messages, the overall communications that get pushed out through CFC's online giving system and the retiree channels, we also craft messages for campaign workers. Oops, sorry. Okay, sorry. We also send out messages for campaign workers to send on a weekly basis, and federal agency installation leaders to send at strategic points during the campaign. These email templates are part of the campaign worker toolkit on our website and are really, really important. So we encourage federal employees and volunteers to really tune into these different communications and customize them and send them throughout the campaign. The second finding is the decrease in annual pledges last year and trending over the past few years, which has been the biggest in the small donor area. So those that give $300 a year or less. In this chart, you can see that giving in the $500 to $1,000 range remains relatively stable. That's on the right side, while the portion on the left is much more volatile and shows significant decreases in the number of donors giving at these levels year over year. We see this as an opportunity to really show through the materials and messaging how small gifts can and do have a big impact. Focusing on attracting new donors and bringing back small donors who may have dropped out of the CFC is really critical to maintaining and growing this campaign. One of the ways we're doing this is by this new material you'll see on the right side, and it's talking about the impact of a gift, really emphasizing the $5 per pay period gift, and then also talking about other impact areas and gift dollar amounts. We really want to encourage those small dollar donor gifts, and they really do add up. And it seems hard to think that a small gift is going to make a big difference, but because so many of those small donor gifts have been dropping out, it really is making a difference for the campaign. So we want donors to know that it doesn't take much to have a collective impact. One piece of feedback we heard after last year was that the Give Happy theme might not have resonated with all donors or in all cause area or circumstances. So the 2024 CFC representation of the theme expands the definition of Give Happy by adding additional words combined with give to represent each of the CFC cause areas. We'll still be leading with Give Happy when it's appropriate, but now we have the flexibility to use these other words to encourage giving, which may be more appropriate with, especially with tough cause areas like disaster relief or human trafficking. These words are purposely big and they can describe many different types of causes. For the national marketing purposes, though, we've paired a specific word with a specific cause area that you'll see throughout our materials. These will tie together with our cause areas and the promotional work around that. To help connect this expanded idea of how you can give happy, we've added a bit of new messaging. What's your impact? To pair with the existing tagline, Give Happy Today at givecfc.org on our updated posters. This drives home the concept that giving through the CFC has an immeasurable impact on the world around us. You can also see that the 2024 materials refresh the previous design by introducing bold geometric blocks of color to create a more cohesive feel between collective giving and collective impact pieces. The new pieces will stand alone and feel new while complementing existing materials. And you'll see this geometric color block design on the cause pieces. And here's what some of the visual representation of those cause areas look like. The CFC has so many great charities, no matter which cause you want to support. And you can see that we are carrying the color block geometric shapes into our cause materials this year to tie into other campaign materials a little more directly. You may have noticed that on cause-based images, we lead with blue and shadow with red, while on campaign materials this year, we lead with red and shadow with blue. Again, all of these newer materials and looks still work with the materials from last year visually and in the messaging. So there's just more expanded materials that can be used this year. I think there's been a little bit of talk about causes already today, and I just want to build on this. So one other major change this year is that we're moving away from cause of the week. That's not moving away from causes, it's just moving away from cause of the week. I know it sounds a little crazy at first, but there'll be some major advantages. Again, this is based on feedback we received following last year. Some agencies don't operate a full CFC from September 1 through January 15th. So if they started late or ended early, they miss out on some of the cause weeks that might have resonated with their employees. Charities also expressed concerns that they couldn't staff all the event requests that came in a particular week and then didn't get invited to many, if any, events the rest of the campaign. So first of all, let me assure you again that highlighting causes is still a major component of our marketing strategy, and we'll be encouraging federal agencies to continue a cause of the week, but just allowing them the flexibility to choose when they highlight each cause. So there can still be causes of the week, but again, it would be more customized and individualized. So we're keeping what makes that effort so great: compelling storytelling, showcasing the breadth of causes that make up the CFC, but making it a little more flexible for federal agencies and our participating charities. As you can see, and I've mentioned this a little bit, but some of the pros for federal agencies is just for those who have a different campaign period that doesn't go the full campaign season. For federal agencies, hosting cause-related events and being able to tie that in with a cause, and then just allowing for more resources available and for the opportunity to customize them. If agencies don't want to customize, we have a suggested schedule they can use, so they don't have to do this, but we do want to give the flexibility for agencies that do want more customization. And then for charities, there's a lot of benefits as well. It will spread out the invitations to events. Their cause areas will be promoted for more than just 1 week. And then the national social media schedule will still be posted in advance, so charities will know when to engage. So they can still engage around social media, and that will be posted so they can do it. It just won't be as around cause of the week. Okay. Next, charities are a great resource to help us marketing the CFC. We've heard that, I know that was brought up in the 50th Commission work. So we've heard that we need to make it easier for charities to do that, to go ahead and to engage with the campaign. So one of the ways we're doing that is by revamping the website to make it easier for them to find resources geared for their use. What you see on the screen is what the website will look like when you go to the charity page. When charities visit givecfc.org, they'll go to this charity landing page, and it's organized in 2 categories: for currently participating charities or for charities thinking of participating in the CFC. The first will have more information on how to engage in the CFC, how to reach federal donors, and then the second will have more to do with application and registration processing. From there, each page is organized by topic. If you're a participating charity, please keep checking back. We'll be adding resources to the Promote Yourself in the CFC section over the next few weeks. One additional small finding is around the campaign activity we introduced in 2023, Give Happy Goes Global. When we polled people, they encouraged us to keep it a second year. We really like this activity because it promotes the business card size happy card and is a fun way to ask people to engage with the campaign. This is an activity, and this has happened with the CFC in the past, that sometimes activities like this take a few years to really build up and build that engagement. And so we're hoping that we'll have even more engagement than we did last year. And it's very simple. We're just asking employees to take a photo, submit their photo, and then the photos are posted on our Facebook page. Another piece of feedback we received, we heard from the 50th Commission Look Back Committee, was to link directly to the charity list on the pledge form using a QR code. So this year's QR code on the pledge form and on the giving card goes directly to the online charity search rather than to givecfc.org. So you'll see that in those materials. While the marketing team doesn't have the authority to make the CFC a year-round evergreen campaign, we do promote the CFC year-round on our social media channels on Facebook and LinkedIn to help keep CFC top of mind. During the non-active campaign season, we thank the federal community for their support, show how charities are using their donations, and address natural disasters. We encourage each of you to follow us there and help amplify the CFC's message by liking, commenting, and sharing our content year-round. So we'll be planning and publishing a lot of materials and resources to support this year's campaign efforts. Here are a few of the things we have available in the campaign materials page on the Give CFC website. Like I mentioned in the beginning, the new materials have been designed to coordinate with some of the existing materials from last year, which you'll see on the left-hand column. So general and barometer posters, customizable poster, the happy cards like we mentioned, and other templating, and the 2023 promo video will all be available and encouraged for use this year, but can be complemented by the new color block poster and impact poster, new thank you card, updated pledge forms for this year, updated cause graphics. We will have a new video that I'll share shortly, a new I Gave badge, and some other pieces like new charity listing. Most of these are up on the website. We're working to get all of them up on the website. They're in the final processes of 508 compliance and such. So if you don't see something on the website right now, please come back soon and you'll see all the materials there. We also have an online toolkit for campaign workers with communication templates, Cause Week resources, and resources for strategic campaign periods like Start Strong, Giving Tuesday, and Finish Strong. This is front and center on the campaign worker page on givecfc.org. The cause resources in particular have been expanded this year with story and graphic libraries for each cause area to allow campaign workers to mix and match and really create a custom campaign. So make sure that you check it out. And finally, don't forget to like and follow the CFC on social media. Engaging with our posts there, liking, sharing, commenting helps to ensure that our posts show up in more feeds. That was a lot of information. I know it wasn't too long, but before we get into questions and answers, I want to go ahead and show the video for all of you. Again, this has not been seen by very many people, so we are really excited to share it, and I just have to do a few things on my screen.
What's your impact when you give happy to charities you care about through the combined federal campaign? It may be bigger than you think.
Give nourishment. Build good food. No one should be hungry. Give happy through food and nutrition.
Give inspiration. Transform communities and inspire creativity. Give happy through arts and humanities.
Give companionship. Foster good stewardship of the animals who share our lives. Give happy through animal welfare.
Give health. Find treatments for diseases and help people live their best lives. Give happy through global health and research.
Give community. Build infrastructure and revitalize neighborhoods to help people thrive. Give happy through community improvement.
Give conservation. Where would we be without our planet? Give happy through environmental protection.
The CFC makes it easy to give. Just a little out of each paycheck or a few hours each month can add up to a huge swell of support when we give together, transforming lives and communities.
Give hope. Get some peace of mind by helping others get theirs. Give happy through mental wellness.
Give stability. Set up kids to succeed now and for generations to come. Give happy through children and family support.
Give help. Be there to help people recover from times of great need. Give happy through disaster and crisis response.
Give knowledge. Develop a passion for learning and unlock future potential. Give happy through education.
Give shelter. Welcome people to a space they can call home. Give happy through housing and shelter.
Give justice. Ensure everyone can live a life of dignity, safety, and equality. Give happy through human rights.
Give opportunity. Help people find the life they deserve. Give happy to end poverty.
Give support. Honor our nation's heroes and their families. Give happy through military and veteran services.
Ready to give happy? What's your impact? Give happy today at givecfc.org.
Okay. I think we are going to open it up for some questions. The video it was a little bit glitchy. I think it's through the system, but just know that it won't be glitchy when it's coming out in the final versions of it.
Oh, it's very nice. I like the video.
Good.
Yeah, the whole marketing is great. So fresh and I really love how you gave like everyone an impact. It's great. Excellent.
Sure was.
I have two questions in the chat. One is, can we post that video on our website? And the other is, can we chop up this video so it only focuses on education and healthcare?
Yes. So you can put it on the website once we release it. We'll have an open version, a closed caption version, and a audio description version. And then we actually will have cuts of every one of those cause areas, and we will make that available as well. So those could go up on websites. It's really good social content. So you can cut it up, but you don't even have to do the work to do that. We'll have a cut of each of those cause areas that can be used.
Fantastic. I think that's a marvelous idea. Very genius. I was thinking about that myself. How could we use the video, to encourage people to give to CFC? And my pet peeve is education and healthcare.
Outstanding video, outstanding. Great work. Thank you.
I have another question that came in earlier in the chat as it relates to the cause a week elimination. Will they highlight all causes since there isn't a week anymore?
Yeah, so we still have the same number of causes that we take all of the taxonomy codes across the CFC charities, where the charities have to designate their taxonomy codes. We look at those, done a lot of research on this, and I believe it's 14 causes that we have made sure cover all of the taxonomy codes. We will still have 14 cause areas as we have in the past. They just will not be assigned to a specific week. So it's a very similar process. It's, I believe, the same 14 causes from last year. If there maybe was one or two slight alterations. And just a reminder that give companionship or give nutrition is actually representing one of those causes. So the cause isn't companionship. That one is actually, I believe, animal welfare. So they're each of those words are matched with a cause area, and those should be very relatable to donors. It's, military and veterans, it's animal welfare, it's environment. And again, those all represent the taxonomy codes. The taxonomy codes are just a little bit more difficult to relate to as a donor, which is why we have the cause areas. That was kind of long-winded, so hopefully that answered the question. But yes, all the cause areas will still be represented, just in a different way and not assigned to a specific week by the national marketing team. I see that Barbara.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. I've been involved in CFC for years, and I was always told, over 20 years, and I was always told that you cannot specify specific areas or agencies. You have to give all of them an opportunity.
Yeah, so that's actually one of.
If they changed it.
That's not changing. I think you're referring to using specific charity names through the CFC, and that's not changing. That's really why we do the causes, because it's not representing one specific charity, but a whole set of charities that work on that cause impact area. So instead of saying the name of a specific charity, we're saying it's medical health and research. We wouldn't say St. Jude's or something like that. So if that is the question, then that has not changed. Those rules have not changed. We really try to give representation to all of the amazing charities, and we can use the cause area to address many charities in one area, as opposed to using specific charity names when we're promoting the campaign.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is Barbara. My question is, when will the video cuts of the causes be available, and how will we know that?
Oh, it's sitting in my inbox. That's a very personal question. We just need to get them all open caption, closed captioned, and the audio descriptions. We just finalized this video this week. So they will go up on the website probably next week or the week after. That's why we encourage people to keep coming back to the website. We'll also be putting them on social media, so you can look, make sure you're connected to our social media channels, but it should be within the next week or two. Not this week, but I would think by Wednesday of next week, the full video will be there, and the cut up ones will be there very shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Problem.
I have a question. When the social media websites that you have, is it with Facebook? Okay, so I would have to put my organization name in CFC code.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook. You can go to the CFC national marketing pages on Facebook or LinkedIn. But if you want to look at the posts beforehand, and then you can kind of you could comment on them, or you could add something, or post something from your own organization. We will post those on our website to let the charities know what our social media plan is. So we love for charities to engage with us, whether that's posting or engaging with the posts we're putting up, or letting charities know what we're posting when, so that they can do that on their own channels.
Okay, that sounds real good. So I'll just keep in touch with you, Miss Cassie, because you're the one that put together that video, right?
It's a whole team of people. So,
okay.
But yes, I'm part of a team, and you can reach out to us. We also, probably the best way is not me directly, but our CFC email, which I will put in the chat, and that is cfcmarketing@tribaltechllc.com.
Okay, you're gonna put that in the chat, you said?
I will put that in the chat right now, because it is
okay, great.
a
That'll
mouthful.
be great. That'll be great.
While you're doing that, Cassie, we have another question. When will the national social media schedule be released to charities?
Our website. It will be before the campaign. I can follow up on that, but I don't know the exact date yet. We used to do it month by month. We've really been trying to do it as a whole group, so that the whole season's social media is ready. So charities don't have to keep checking back each month. So we're doing it as a group, but I'm not positive, but I will follow up and check on when this will be up on the website.
I have two questions as it relates to templates. So one was, is there a template to make our own posters? And then the other was, may we obtain templates for each of the give areas, such as give support? The generic Give Happy template is already available, but would prefer one of the more specific taglines.
Yes. I need to double check on that. I don't think we've done that for each cause area, but it's probably something we could do. And then I already forgot the first part of that question. Sorry.
Is there a template to make our own posters?
Oh, yes. So there are customizable posters that we're reusing from last year. And then I believe there may be one or two customizable pieces that are new for this year. But the one that was used last year is already available and still available. And that's the main customizable poster that we're opening up that agencies can use to customize.
One more question in the chat is the I gave badge a physical sticker like I voted, or is it a digital image that can be added to our address block in emails?
Yeah, like signature blocks. It could be printed if the budget is there and someone wants to use their budget for that. So that's not a bad idea. But it is digital, and we actually updated it from last year, and it was a piece that people really enjoyed. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but adding it to your signature block is an awesome thing to do with it. And we have an updated one for 2024.
Oh, one just popped in. Is there possibly a template for us to make a large stand-in photo frame?
We do not have that. We do have the branding pieces up there, so someone could make it. Those pieces are really hard because depending on who's printing it, how it's being printed, and it gets so customizable. So we don't have anything like that. Feel free to shoot us an email if you have something specific. We could try and make it for you. The other thing might be to just grab the logo and some of the branding pieces. And if you're getting it printed, then they often have templates that you can use and pull in the branding colors. But if you have something specific or a specific size, feel free to email us and we'll see what we can do. I see some of the Cause Week posters in brand folder are not printing 8.5 by 11. Do we send an email to marketing or be patient for the campaign to start? We don't mind sending, you can go ahead and send us an email and we'll take a look at it and see whether it's an error on our side or whether we just don't have the final piece back from 508 compliance. So I don't know that specific error and why that is happening. And but shoot us an email. You're not annoying us. We'll take all the emails and we'll get back to you, and be patient with us too. But go ahead and send us an email.
Cassie, I got a question. Where are the templates located for the charities to modify?
For posters, is that what you mean?
I'm not sure if it's specific to posters or it may also be social media posts, things like that. Yeah,
So it will kind of depend on what it is. If it's for social media posts, that will be in the charity section of the website. A lot of the other customizable materials are in the campaign worker section on in online toolkits. If you are a charity, I would start at the charity section, especially if you're already participating. I'd start in that section and go to the participating charity piece and check out the materials there. But I would also, as a charity, go into the campaign worker section. And there's a lot you can do creatively as a charity with pieces that were probably thought of for agencies and departments in mind first, but that charities could use and could, they could put their beneficiaries in a poster and put their CFC number and post that on social media on their own channels. That's not something OPM or CFC would put out, but charities can get really creative with the materials on the campaign worker side, as long as, again, it's not coming through the CFC channels. It doesn't look like the CFC is doing it, but if it's on the channels of the charity, so they can find those materials in the campaign worker section. I think that's probably what's being addressed. And those, again, yeah, you probably want to en route through the campaign workers to find some of the customizable pieces. They're primarily made for federal agency use in mind. That's why it's there, but charities can have fun and be creative and use those tools as well.
Thank you. All right, another one I got was about the signature badges we had in the past. And the individual wrote it looked like the scout badges. And it said, my cause is blank. Are you able to take all of those taglines that you have for the various posters and make them into those badges again?
Yeah. I know we have one for Give Happy that was mentioned. I'm not sure if in the toolkit we will have one for each of the causes, but I think that would be an easy thing to add if we don't. I'm sorry, I don't know every single piece in the toolkit. So we will look into it, and if they're not there, I'll see if we can add them. So that you would be able to go into the cause areas on the website, and that all the information is not there yet, but when it is, all the tools and resources for each cause, I'll see if we can get a piece for each of those causes that has that kind of sign piece.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions in the chat. I don't know if Liz has any.
I did just get one right now. Is there a separate email for CFC marketing for questions, assistance outside of the tribal tech zones?
Yeah. So I know that's a little bit confusing. We are doing national marketing for all of the zones. So even if it's a zone that is MPMA, and they would be a great resource as well. But for national marketing, we have that contract and have zone contracts, which is confusing, but all national marketing work goes there, and it doesn't matter which zone you're in, we will be able to answer your question. And honestly, if it is zone specific, we know who to go to. We'll pass it on to MPMA. So start there, and then if it is a local zone question that doesn't apply to full national marketing, then we can send you to the right place. But that's covering all zones, not just the ones that Tribal Tech manages.
I just got another one. Are agencies being encouraged to promote every cause area, or are they permitted to select the ones that they're going to promote and have events around?
Yeah, Rebecca can step in if she disagrees with this. Part of the reason that we changed away from the weeks was that sometimes you just don't have the capacity to show all the causes, and it's always effective for donors to meet them where they're at. So even if you were, if you're working in an agency that works on, if you're working on an agency that does a lot of research and science side, then medical research may be a really good impact area for you to focus on. And because we're not talking about specific charities and we're not naming specific charities or giving charity numbers, I think it's fine to choose the cause areas that will resonate more with your audience. Just be wary and make sure that it really is representative. But just like the DoD, like, don't not have the military and veterans cause area. That would we want to be effective to our donors, and it shouldn't be violating ethics as long as, again, you're not bringing specific charity names into it. You would be using the event system if you want to have charities speak, but again, the ethical part of that is that those are getting chosen at random, and those can again kind of be around causes, but you're not putting in a specific name for a charity. You're just broadening it to the cause area. If anyone, Tony, Rebecca, or anyone wants to step in if I did not answer that, okay, Tony may add to that.
No, your answer, Cassie, your answer was fine. Okay, we want to be fair. We want to put the menu out there for everything. The key is just to make sure your internal ethics or legal counsel buys off on whatever your communications plan is. So always the department rules rule. That's Rebecca said that earlier. So, don't hesitate to submit things and make sure they approve.
Absolutely. The only thing that I would add to what Tony said and Cassie said was that we left this open actually at the request of a lot of our campaign managers and loan executives based on feedback that we've gotten for very popular charity weeks like the pet charity weeks. They couldn't there just weren't enough charities, especially ones that were requested with live animals to represent at those weeks or during Veterans Weeks and very especially popular cause weeks. Also, if you didn't kick off immediately, you might miss some events at the first. And if that event was of most importance to the federal workforce that work in your agency, we wanted to accommodate. This system is for our donors, to attract our donors and to answer those questions. So thank you. That's all I would add.
Lou Torsha has his hand raised. Lou, you just have to unmute.
Know better by now. I just wanted to say that, I've known Cassie for about 20 years. When she first came in, the theme was just changing to superheroes. That's how long ago this was. And over the decades, the materials that you've created, the links and just the overall enthusiasm that is generated from the marketing efforts here have been outstanding. And I just want to give you the props that you deserve. Both you, Mandy, Natalie, everyone has really done an outstanding job since the day you first got here, and it continues through now. So I really, really, really appreciate it. I hope everyone else does too. Thanks, Cassie.
I appreciate that. And yeah, I must have started when I was 2, since 20 years ago. I don't know, but thank you. It's really a team effort. And I'll just remind you again, if you have questions, to use the email address, and I'll put it in there again, because there is a whole team of us. Manny Huckins is normally the ones who would be giving this presentation. We'll probably have a lot more answers for you. But she's behind the scenes on those emails. And there's a team of us, and we love what we do. And it's been really fun every year to evolve the themes, come up with new themes, and to see the reactions. And we're in it for the donors and for the charities. And it's just been a joy. So thanks, Lou.
Well, thank you very much, Cassie. That was a fabulous presentation. Lots of questions there. We are going to take more questions. We're about to move into a Q&A phase for all of the presenters that you've heard today. Before we do that, I want to again thank you for being a part of this training over the 2-week period over the last couple of months. We want to keep doing this as the CFC Foundation, and we're going to ask for your input via our evaluation form that will come your way in the next 24 hours. Also, I'm going to post here in the chat the link where you can see the videos of all the presentations this week, as well as the week we had in July. Right now, they're all updated through Tuesday's session. So we'll add in yesterday's and today's as quickly as possible for you. And then finally, for those of you who signed up, we do have the DISC communication skills training tomorrow, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern. And that is in a separate Zoom link. So you should have received a calendar invitation from me. If you did not, please send me an email and I'll make sure that you get that. All right, Liz, I think we're ready to go into our breakout rooms. And if you have any questions for presenters, come and go into different rooms as you need. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.